And we're back. Mito Bright Eyes Armstrong has taken a child into a dark shed in a snowstorm, and
Whoa.
Whoa.
Wrong kind
No,
of
no, 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 no.
Oscore. Wrong kind of Oscore.
yeah,
Oh,
sorry,
yeah.
I wasn't intentionally
that's
going
Australian
there.
short film.
That's Australian short film, right? Like,
Oh.
yeah.
I mean, am I
You're
wrong?
not wrong.
You're not wrong.
You're not wrong.
But I think we're gonna cut
That's
to
what makes it bad. Yeah,
Sunrise.
Cut over to Sunrise.
Sunrise and
Cool.
Parcha in a room together. Parcha standing there with. I think she approaches you, right? Like she comes up and she's like,
Totally legit.
and like, yeah, she has a look of concern on her face, and she like comes up and goes to put an arm on your shoulder, and then gives you that look of like, is that okay?
Yeah, and I'm like, I give the like, that is acceptable.
And she just embraces
nod.
you, right? She's like,
Yeah, totally.
yeah, and she's like,
Yeah, it's like, I did not sign up for this.
yeah, and she's like, and then like
Misleading
pulls you back
advertising.
and like holds you like at arm's length. It's like, are you
Yeah,
okay, dear?
And I think, first, I like raise up the hand that's still all like fucked up. Like that's answer one, right? Is I'm like, well, my hand is kind of fucked, and then I'm like, I think they just like look down, and I think there genuinely is like, just this deep, empty exhaustion in their face, and in their voice when they say like, I had to kill someone.
And she's like, this is all very confusing and very, very strange. Can you explain what happened back there?
I don't. I was out of the room. I was in here. I heard a scream and furniture knocked over, and I turned around and entered the room, and Clarion, or
What happened to Clary? What?
it looked like Clarion, but it had no eyes, and its fingers were like knives, and it was screaming, and it was trying to get Mito, and then it was trying to get Giv, and I think they just like trail off.
Yeah.
Because from there the rest of the story can be inferred, I think.
Right. So my question here is, are you trying to get her to understand? Are you trying to get her on side? Or are you just trying to dodge her questions and deal with the fact that she's asking you questions?
I'm just trying to figure out like what my relationship to her is, right? Like,
So she's one of these refugees, right? Like she's from your part of town. You know her.
yeah, and like this set of old people, I reckon like I have a relationship with.
Yeah.
Like particularly.
Like they come up here
I
on
think
your
I'm not-
recommendation.
Yeah, I think I'm not so much trying to make her understand for my sake as trying to like give her a reason and some closure over what happened to Clarion.
Yeah, right.
Like this isn't about what I need. This is more me going like, look, like I have been in the place where people you have known a really long time die, and that is a bad place, and if I can like be honest and help you in that place with getting through it, like that is the thing that I am willing to do.
Yeah, right.
But at the same time, like I really don't have time, and so it's like it's very
Yeah.
much like one effort, and then if that doesn't work, I cannot stick around to do emotional labor. I have a child who I need to go and find.
Yeah, all right, so here's the deal. Do you want to let her know that there are monsters that go bump in the night? Right? That there are things beyond, like, because, like, a lot of this community are kind of like, either they shutter out any weirdness, they try to ignore the psychic maelstrom as best they can, right? This is this community, like is built around like a certain sort of like practicality, and you know, and like keeping themselves together.
Yeah,
They're like a big family that is like, but like over the last like several months, you've seen that starting to splinter. And now it's happened more because you've moved these people up to another physical location.
yeah. Look, I think as much as it may like fuck with her in the short term and even not necessarily be good for her in the long run, I think Sunrise would rather know if they were in her position. And like they kind of were once when they didn't know about this and had it all rudely thrust upon them. And I think like yeah, I think their response is like it is better to know and be armed. And so
Yeah.
they're like, yeah, no, supernatural bullshit. Psychic maelstrom.
So you have to do that. You have to do that thing where you have to like look into her like eyes like really hard with the gum nut, and it's like
Yep.
you gotta really like be like there is some weird shit.
Yeah, right. And like the gum nut is like burning. Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
Yeah, and you
And I
see
think
her
like
just
at
she
that
just
point, I think at that point like the lights flicker. Like as I'm like lifting the thing off, the lights flicker again. So it's just like dark room, and then just like
yeah. And the thing is that like
the-
yeah, you see her like go from like trying to like care for you and work out what's going
Okay.
on to like you just see her like feel like you see the power be robbed from her in her face, right? She just goes from that to
yeah.
oh, right? And it's just like I have no way of dealing with this.
Yeah, and I like put it back down.
And yeah, she just looks to you for like help.
I don't
What do
know.
I do?
I don't know if Clarion had always been that thing. I don't know if that thing became Clarion. I don't know. But we are going to find out.
How?
And I think there is like this kind of like faint like laugh of like I like good question.
Like
and
she
I kind
thinks
of
you
like
know.
just I like vaguely gesture towards my eye.
And she's like, okay, all right.
It'll take time, but
I'll
once
look
I
after
know,
these ones.
I
She
will
says,
let you
referring
know.
to like Harridan, who's like still like shivering, but like holding onto the
Yeah.
sword as like some kind of strange bodyguard for Pacha.
Yeah, and I think I like turn my gaze onto Harridan, and I'm like, can I have the sword?
Whoa.
Hmm?
Why? Why should Harridan give you the sword?
Because Harridan doesn't know how to
Because-
use a sword.
Because Give is out there, and more of these things might be.
That's the seduce or manipulate.
Yeah, definitely, right? Like,
Yeah.
I think it's a pretty good reason, on a scale of like 1 to 10. I did it partially. Yay!
Evidence. Hard
Um,
something.
I
What will you give them in return?
I think. Yeah, let me have a look at the exact wording. Where is it? Concrete assurance, corroboration, or evidence first. I think I reach down and like turn over the sack of skin that was once Clarion,
Yeah. Right.
and show them
parts of
like
it-
the claws.
Parts of it
and,
come
like-
off in your hand.
Yeah, totally,
like
right. Yeah, it's icky and awful. Yeah. But yeah, like I show them one the face that is like recognizably sort of Clarion's face, and then I show them the fucking claws.
Yeah.
And I'm like, more
Yeah.
of them outside. Give me the fucking sword.
Yeah. The
Not,
claws
you
are
know,
now
in
like
that tone.
the claws are now like well they're like not as sharp. They're like rounded and
Yeah.
they're like they're icicles that have partially melted in this
Yeah, totally.
in this thing.
But yeah, so I think I like turn it over and then I just look at Harridan and I hold out my hand.
And Harridan,
Like there is
hands
no
you-
question that I'm about to be given the sword.
Harridan hands you the sword, but I think the deal is that you're protecting them as well,
Yeah, fair.
right?
I'll cop that.
like you're taking away Harridan's ability to protect that group, then you're
Yeah.
their sword.
Mito, I've been in the tower before, yeah?
Probably. I mean,
In the
I
shed?
imagine that like our relationship is such that I would have asked you to help me at least carry stuff from there.
Yeah.
Because
there
like it's
are there like weapons you keep in the place?
my
Like even
station
just for
had
your own self-defense?
my station has an old hunting rifle, and this is where it is stored. Yes.
Yeah,
In
so
the
I
station or in
think
the
I
shed?
actually fished down the hunting rifle, and I.
No. The hunting rifle is in the shed with me
Oh,
at
okay,
the moment.
gotcha. Right, no, that's very cool. All right, so I like look around the room, and I'm like, oh shit, god, fuck, and I'm like, I look at Mito's desk for a moment, like, I could break off a leg to make you a club, but Mito would get real pissed at me.
So I think what happens here is you look around the room,
Yeah.
you see something go bzz, bzz, and then somewhere you hear somewhere nearby you hear a small bang.
Oh, Mito.
I let out.
Your poor station.
Yeah, I let out a sigh. Who among these old people do I know is good with electronics? Like comparatively speaking.
I wish we had circles right now. Circles would be perfect for this.
Yeah, I know, right? Like, I'm not talking about like good. I'm good like in an objective sense. I mean, like, of these people, who do I know who knows how to use electronics?
Okay, yeah, right, cool. I know how this works.
Yep.
I need a name that I want to name. I want Lerman. Lerman knows how to do electronics. And like, yeah, you know that, but they're the kind of person that like uses 3 parts when one would do. Like, they build these like fucking that like anything that they can construct. Their house is like walking into a death trap because it's all just Rube Goldberg machines everywhere.
Yeah, okay. So I turn to look at Lerman, and I'm like, don't fix anything. Just keep it running until Mito gets back.
Yeah, and like Lerman's like you know what I am doing. Like this is.
Yeah. And I turn to look at Matcha, right? Because we both know that Lerman is like this, and I look at Matcha very hard as I'm saying the "don't fix anything" part, so that she knows not to let him fix anything.
Yeah, exactly, right.
And then the sword like vanishes into my layers, and I turn around and go outside.
Yeah, cool.
And I roll plus cool, I presume.
Yeah, you do.
Yep. I know how this game works.
Buddy.
What the fuck? God, fuck.
Yep. Mm-hmm. That's a damage from like just like the sleet tears at your like exposed any inch of exposed skin like tiny razor blades.
And also like it can't be good for the wound in my hand. Right?
Yeah, right. Like you feel like blood in your hand, blood in the wounds in your hand turning literally to ice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Take a harm and roll for it. That is, you've currently only got one, so like you're shaking, and you can feel like any like energy that you had from like food that you've eaten is just kind of like being pulled out of you to keep you warm. You're burning it.
Yep.
Cool.
Thank you, terrible luck.
Hey, this rolling low thing is finally working in your favor.
Yeah. But yeah, you do take that one on your clock.
Yep, totally. Yeah, and I'm searching as fast as I can for Give and me.
Yeah, and being in the shed does not mean you're still in the cold. So like going back between the shed and here doesn't mean you'll have to roll multiple times.
Yep, cool.
It's
right, cool.
Because it's not warm in the shed. It's just
this is one
dark.
trip into the cold, including shed.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's fine. We're not going to be here long.
So
No, you
for
fucking
while
will
that was
not.
happening, we can have some questions being asked between the two of you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Run, give me a minute. I gotta go get some water.
So setting the scene, I imagine that I've got a it wouldn't be a kerosene lamp, but it would be like a little LED light that's shaped like a kerosene lamp that you would find that you would go camping, and I've got that turned on, and that's the sort of source of light. And I'm digging through drawers, and I'm grabbing,
It's like that dim blue light.
yeah, exactly. It's like it's the cameraman hates us because it's really bad.
I like that it's
yeah,
like I feel like the is is it an LED or is it like filtering? So we got like the lines running down the screen from the like.
Oh yeah, right.
oh, it's even better. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. So, I'm digging through drawers and I'm grabbing various electronic components that I think are likely to have been needed. And while I'm digging through the drawers, also looking for ammunition, I'm going to say, so, Give, what happened in there? Has Sunrise ever done anything like this before?
Um. Uh. Not like that. Not with a gun and everything. No. Sometimes Lola's eyes funny.
What about the old lady? Have you spent
She
much
was
time?
a wolf. She was a wolf. I should have known. I should have known that she was a wolf, but I wasn't listening.
You can hear the wolves. How can you?
Yeah.
What do the wolves sound like? And I'm still
Yeah, I just like
scrounging around
shake
for.
my head. I just like shake my head. So if you don't like, I think you
Yeah.
can hear like you hear Gives hair sort of like
Yeah.
move. But yeah, they just shake their head and they're like they just
I
make the same noise always.
okay. I go to the cupboard and I pull out the hunting rifle and I start putting ammunition into it and I'm like, can you?
You put a
Could I
round in.
hear the wolf? Sorry.
You put a round in. Is it?
Yeah, around. Yeah, I'd like. Is- could I hear the wolves? Could you tell me what?
I think yeah, like when you ask, like Give looks just really confused, like confused that you wouldn't be able to hear them, like anyway.
Right.
You know, it's like saying like, can I hear the storm outside? And yeah,
Right.
so I think Give just sort of like looks just really confused and is like, yeah, they're
What?
they're
What?
really loud.
What? What is a wolf? Did you?
Well, they're
No.
fo-
Wait. Sorry. Is Sunrise a wolf?
Yeah, Give shakes their head and is like, Lola's not a wolf. But Lola's eye is funny. But Lola's not a wolf. I would know. A wolf is like a thing that follows you, comes out of somewhere, and tries to take you back in there.
I think I want to open my brain.
I mean, what
and
is
try
that?
and-
Show me
like-
on screen, Jimmy.
Yeah, I kind of want to. So I'm trying to understand what Give is saying in that there is a force that I've only just learned about, that I'm not going to be able to comprehend, but is a permanent part of their two worlds. So I believe that while I'm listening and trying to understand this, Don't Fear the Reaper by Blue Oyster Cult plays. And my eyes get that, like, sort of, I like, and I just zone out while listening, holding a gun in my hand, by the
Yeah.
way.
Yeah. Oh god. Yeah, so you're just like asking me a bunch of questions whilst holding a gun and then just sort of like closed your eyes.
And then did a Lola, right?
Before
Yeah.
before opening the brain is effective, you have an opportunity to do something about this if you want to give.
Yeah.
What I would like to do is read a situation.
Yeah, go
because
for
I
it.
feel like this situation is charged.
Yep.
And there is a specific reason why I want to do that. So
Yes.
yeah, you know what it is.
I know what it is.
All right, I would like to read this situation because everything is going very strange and scary, and all of the
Everything-
adults are being scary.
Everything is fine. Everything is
Oh
fine.
fuck! No, it's a 5. Oh,
Everything is
goddamn.
even more fine
Everything
now.
is
Actually-
not fine. Ah heck. Okay.
Um,
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually,
I don't know how to read this situation.
I'm gonna hold that. I'm gonna hold
Uh-huh.
that fail, and I want to see what happens when Jimmy presses the weird button, and then we'll
Okay.
work out what the consequences are.
Yep.
Okay, this is it's fine. It's fine. It's going to be worth the experience point.
Partial
Okay.
Success. All right.
Okay.
So you're trying to understand this force. You're trying to get into your head this idea of this force that is a part of their worlds.
Yes.
Ash,
Yeah.
for second edition, on a miss, both read a sitch and read a person let you ask one anyway.
Oh,
Oh.
missed does
But
as
bad
well.
things happen.
Right. And that means that your thing still triggers, doesn't it, Emily?
Yes.
Right. Do
then.
that now.
Oh,
Okay.
you have a thing.
I have a thing.
Yeah.
I have a thing. I have a thing what I do. Yeah, actually, you're right. It just, in fact, it doesn't even say, yeah, it doesn't say anything. It's just when you do the move. Okay, cool. So, I would like to know, primarily, how close are the wolves?
Yeah.
And I would also like to know, who's in control here? Who's in control here? Does anyone have a handle on this situation?
The wolves do.
Yeah, that's.
The wolves in chat.
Yeah, I noticed.
Mhm.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna give you a number for the first question.
How close?
Yeah. The answer to the first question is 1.5 kilometers.
Okay. I mean, that's enough. That's not like outside the building.
It's better than a lot of answers we could have been.
It is. Okay.
In
Yep.
the shack with you.
Yeah, exactly. Whoa, you are a wolf.
The phone call is coming from inside the house.
And who's really in control here? Currently? I think it's like the destructive force of nature,
Okay.
There's
Yeah.
another.
right?
Yep.
If it has to be a person, I can't tell if it's Mido
Yeah.
or
No, I like
yeah.
that because that tells me that that force is also acting on the wolves.
Mm,
It's acting on the wolves as well as us.
yeah.
So that's really good to know. They're a little way away, and they may not get close quickly. Although I know they move in weird ways, but they may be affected by the weather in the same way that we are. Okay, cool. Thank you. It's good to know.
Cool. 7 to 9. Jimmy, you're opening your brain about this force, these wolves. Is that what the question was?
Yes, I want
Yeah.
to sort of know. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I want to know. Yeah, like I want to try and understand what it's like for a young child to deal with what is essentially supernatural monsters on a daily basis, because that's completely foreign to me. At the moment, I'm just asking stupid questions because I don't understand. I don't understand that. Of course, I should be able to hear the wolves, but I don't. I've never even heard of a wolf until today.
Cool.
So
All
I'm
right.
just trying to get an idea of. I guess what I'm trying to do is find out what Give thinks the wolves are, if that makes sense.
Yep. Yeah. You see Give's shadow on the wall behind them in this dim blue light. You see your own, and then you see your second shadow. Roll to act under fire to not shoot at it or shoot whatever is casting it.
Okay.
The fire is your primal terror.
Fire is
Be hot,
primal
Jimmy.
terror.
Be hot.
Yeah, I'm going to use my unflappable persona.
Yep.
And what I'm going to do is.
Which means you
I'm
mark
going.
XP, don't you? Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, I can roll hot rather than cool under fire,
Mhm.
which is what I'm going to do. I'm going to aim at. Like, I'm going to run with the gun poised, but Mito practices gun safety at all times, and his finger is nowhere near the trigger.
All right.
But
And a really
accidents.
spooky cover of the Ghostbusters theme starts to play. I ain't afraid of no ghost.
Is it, no,
That's-
it's the version from Mouth Moods.
Yes.
I'm not
Which
familiar
is-
with. Unfortunately.
Oh, well, I will send you a link because
good.
it's
Okay.
amazing. But I'm rolling it.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Excellent.
I am cold as ice.
Willing
Man, you
to
are not cold
sacrifice.
as ice. You are hot as fuck.
Hot as, yeah, whatever.
God, Mito's stolen all the good rolls this session.
I've earned it, trust me.
I think like
That's fair.
yeah, I was trying to work out like if I had to pick a human who was in control, and it's definitely Mito, right? Like
Yeah.
they're the one rolling well.
Yeah, so I certainly turn around and point at. Okay, so I've seen my second shadow, and I point my gun at it, and then realize that I'm pointing my gun at a shadow that isn't there. But I think I get a bit of understanding about what's going on.
And like you had this realization that that shadow had been there all along, right?
Right. Right. Okay, I'm with you. Okay.
But then when you like looked straight at it, it was gone.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, it's just dark. Okay, cool. All right. So I'm a little bit shaken by this, but I've got a bit more understanding, and I think that Give sees that a little bit. Hopefully.
The thing that breaks you out of your reverie is the sound of a small bang from the like other part.
from the
From the main
station itself.
Yeah.
The same one that. Yeah.
The same one that
we,
we
the
like,
audience.
Yep.
just before.
Yep. Like, okay. So I'm gonna grab there's like overalls with harnesses here that are used for climbing the radio tower. So I'm going to use those to wrap Give around because they're a little bit warmer than because they're just big jumpsuits that can be used as a
They're
blanket.
probably like just gigantic on me.
Yeah, you're not. I don't think you're
You're
wearing
still
it.
swimming in it.
Yeah, I think
just
I
wrapped
think
up in it. Yeah.
yeah, I think like I fashioned some kind of bindle to tie you up in, and I put one on, and I think we start heading back inside.
Cool. So you open the door straight onto Sunrise, right? Like with a gun.
Okay. I'm still holding a gun.
Yeah.
So as I
And Sunrise is holding a sword.
yeah.
No. The sword is nowhere to be seen.
Oh,
It's
the
like
sword's-
disappeared into
Yeah.
the swaddling layers. It's like, for all anyone knows except the audience, Sunrise is not carrying a sword.
Yeah, so I've got the basically as I open the door with the gun out in front of me and it bumps into Sunrise's nose. Is this how that's gonna go? I think.
Yeah.
And there's
I
probably
mean, it's more likely their chest. Considering
Yeah, it's
the
more
height
likely like
difference,
Yeah.
right?
collarbone.
yeah. So there's probably a moment of what am I doing, and then I'm like, no, this is important. I've got my gun on you, and I would like to ask you some questions. Mostly, what? Actually, you know what I'm going to ask? I'm going to ask, did you know she was a wolf?
So here's the thing. Mito Bright Eyes Armstrong has just opened the shed door with a gun to your chest and then, like, said something inaudible into the wind.
Yeah, right.
Oh.
All you hear is the word
Um,
wolf.
I think I just look at Mito, and the way that this shot is framed is like the direct reverse of the shot of Sunrise in the very first episode, standing untouched amid the plume of fire. Only this time it's like snow and ice everywhere. And I just look at Mito like, put the fucking gun down this instant, or ...
Now, if you want to, you're welcome to roll seduce or manipulate just with that facial expression.
Yeah, totally, right? Like, absolutely. Yeah, and
Unless,
I think,
unless
yeah, I
you're
think
seizing by
specific leverage
force,
is like,
right? No, unless you're... Yeah.
it'd be go aggro, I think. Not
Oh, yeah,
seize
go
by
aggro.
force.
You know, it is... you can choose go aggro or...
I think it's seduce or manipulate.
Cool.
Because
you don't
I think there
intend
would
to follow
probably
through.
be an intermediate step between
Yeah.
Mito not doing it and me inflicting violence.
Yeah.
And so I think that disqualifies it from going.
Yeah, that's the question, right? Like, do you intend to follow through straight away?
Yeah, and I think the answer is no.
Make your choice.
I succeeded
Carrot and stick.
partially. Oh yeah. Ooh. I'm going to offer the stick. Jimmy, if you don't do what I say, I will erase one of your XP. I'll erase one of your highlighted stats. And you'll only have one source of XP.
Wow, I didn't know that was a mechanic.
Yeah,
That's really
that's how
Yeah.
that's the stick in second edition.
the
It's a
stick.
much better stick,
Wow.
Oh my!
That is a stick.
right?
That's a stick.
I. That's so mean. I just want answers. No one's telling me anything.
Well, maybe
As
you
soon as
speak the
ask
fuck
me
up.
a question I can hear, I will answer.
Okay. I feel like I want to read you to see
Yeah.
what I think that you're gonna
This
do if
situation
I
is charged
don't.
as fuck.
Well, yeah, I think I want to read you to try and find out if
Yeah,
like
I reckon that's fair.
yeah. I'm gonna do that. I'm also gonna use my
Like the situation
my,
became charged the moment someone threatened to like shoot someone.
Yeah,
I-
I also think like, given what Mito learned about Sunrise when the hex ticked over, I think there is
Yeah.
totally grounds for this to also be like a broader reevaluation of like who they are as a person. Sorry,
Yeah.
to be so veiled and cryptic.
I'm also gonna use my
It's fine. It's great.
rather than use the regular read a person move, I'm going to use my no bullshit move, which allows me to ask, is your character telling the truth for free, regardless of the role?
Yeah, totally.
So I'm going to roll it.
I mean, I haven't. Yeah. And this
Oh.
works well.
I didn't.
Guess what?
Except Jimmy.
Guess what?
Except Jimmy doesn't roll well. Yeah.
Yeah.
It just got colder. Everyone who is not currently standing in the shed, i.e. the two of you, not give, roll the fucking cold move again.
All right.
You're standing there staring
Yeah, no,
dramatically to
fair.
each other in the middle of a fucking snowstorm. Mito's fine. He don't give a fuck.
What the fuck? My rolls have been such garbage this session. Mark another harm.
Mark another harm. Roll the harm move again.
Yeah.
Oh.
I love the fact that you're covered in these coats, but
And
like,
you're still.
That are doing jack.
I feel like you
shit.
move much slower through the cold. You know,
Yeah.
right? Like it's not
Yeah.
necessarily that you're less insulated. It's just that you're exposed to it for longer.
Yeah.
7 to 9. All right. Where's D-Harm gone? D-Harm gone. Topical index, harm, D-Harm. All right. D-Harm warmth. Oh, hey, you're up to dizziness. Good job, team.
Oh, okay. No, that works.
Yeah.
That works really well. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So, I get to ask if your character is telling the truth. So
Yeah, but I haven't
you
haven't
haven't
said anything yet.
said
right?
anything
Like,
yet.
So the way.
Okay,
That,
so can I take
the way
that?
that hold a person works as opposed to hold a situation, read a situation, is with read a person you hold it, and so you
And then you
have
can
that,
pull it
and then
out
as
at
the
any point in
conversation
time
goes on, you can.
during the
Okay,
conversation.
cool. So I can bring that forward.
Yeah, you can bring that forward.
Yeah.
Like, so you can ask that question at any point during this interaction.
Into
Yeah.
this interaction.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I've got the gun on you. I haven't been able to ascertain what you're thinking. I'm still trying to figure out what the smartest move is. And you falter. You get dizzy, and suddenly I'm cursing myself because I can't let the good heart that I've been, talking about go to waste. I can't be like I'm not gonna shoot a dizzy person who can't even stand straight. And two,
I mean, like,
You're my
let's go with the D-Harm result is that you lose your footing, right? Like they go,
Yeah,
totally,
they
yeah.
literally
Yeah.
fall down.
Yeah, like they fall down and like hit the ground like. And again, Mito, you probably noticed this. I don't know if Giv has the life experience. If Mito has ever seen anyone who is trained in combat fall before,
yeah,
like they break their fall like just instinctively, even though they're dizzy. Like,
I think there's
with-
like an added thing for Mito as well, like because if I see like this happening and like the gun and Lola like falling, then like from behind
There's an
Mito,
assumption
you
you're gonna
hear
make,
Giv
yeah.
being like Lola.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
like
panic.
sunrise falls and like their eyes like flutter shut for a moment and then
Yeah.
like snap back open as by like force of will they're like, fuck no, it is time to be conscious.
Yeah.
No.
So I am gonna lower the gun and almost put my arms around them, and be like, all right, come on, let's get inside where it's warm, and get safe. And I've got you know what? I've got one of the arms of the jumpsuit, and because it's wrapped around Giv, I'm pulling them along like they're on a leash.
Totally.
And there's like a death grip on that thing, and I've got sort of like the rifle tucked under an arm as well, because I'm not letting that rifle go. And I'm gonna try and help everyone get back into the station.
Yeah, we all stagger back up into the radio shack.
Cool. All right. It's a bit early, but it sounds like a good time for another break.
Yeah. And then pick up with that charged conversation.
Yeah, I think that sounds good. So let's try and keep it to 5 minutes this time. And
Yep.
yeah. All right.
Groovy.
Back in a minute.